Hello, beloved ones. 𝐜𝐨𝐧𝐼𝐻 here, an authentic self-embodiment queen. And today we're just showing up with one question: do you have confidence in who and what you are? We are going through rapid changes, and this is calling forth the real you, the power in you. It is calling you to anchor in who you are. That which you've always been, that which has been within you. That is the power, the light, the love, the expansiveness. That is the you that knows that what is happening outside of it does not change what it is. It's the infinite being within you. So as we're going through rapid changes, and many people are finding themselves in this deep change anxiety where they do not know what to do or who to be. And some people are feeling so afraid, some are tired, some are overwhelmed because they are not sure what's going to happen tomorrow, because we are used to that idea of certainty, which it has never existed. It has never existed. And if you perceive this rapid changes, if you perceive this times as something scary, life is ending, and you allow fear and worry to marinate in you, you're gonna live it's more like you are activating these survival patterns where you just don't know, you're just flighty. You're just out there like, oh my God, what's gonna happen and all that. Something happened, it's like, oh, I know, like everything is just against you. But if you perceive it as an opportunity to grow, you're gonna be curious, because it's indeed about evolution. So who are you? Who are you blooming into? Who are you becoming? Do you have confidence in who and what you are? Because who and what you are knows what to do with anything and everything that life throws at it. You get to sit and observe and feel and allow whatever that you're going through to process as you release it. You do not make it about you. You know that you are bigger than that. You can observe, not running away. You can observe and be, and you are not attached, as in limiting yourself to what is happening, feeling like life is happening to you. You are bigger than that. It's the you that can get into a situation, a challenge, and transform it. That's the confidence that no matter what is showing up, I know who I am. And I just mentioned in passing in one of the videos that I did yesterday that we are so focused on getting information so that we can get to know, kind of like, I'm just going to identify, is she or he a narcissist? Do I see a red flag, or is it a green flag? And that's just you still operating from fear. But when you are present, you are tapped in, you are tuned in, you trust your intuitive genius, your intuitive mastery to inform you. You are connected to your body. And that's magic. That's just power. You trust the being that you are to hold space for that inner child who did not feel accepted, who did not feel loved. You do not resist that aspect. You hold space for it. You don't push it away and say, don't cry. And talking about that, today it was quite interesting. I was observing my daughter. She was pissed off somehow, and she wanted to cry. And I'm asking, are you okay? What's going on? And she was like, and as she's doing that, she's pressing her hands together and doing all sorts of things. And I'm like, you want to cry? And she's like, no, I don't want to cry. And there is this thing with men where they get to, it's not only men, but it's just something that is out there where it's we teach our children to be strong, like don't cry, you're a strong girl, right, and all that. And I'm aware that's what she has been told. And I was holding space for her, and I said, you want to cry? And she's like, no, I don't want to cry. I'm like, you want to cry? And at the end she ended up crying, and I said, you are a strong girl, you're a very strong girl, you know, you're a strong girl, and strong girls cry if they feel hurt or disappointed or whatever, because somehow there is something that pissed her off and she wanted to cry. But she wanted to pull it in to hold these illusions that you see that I'm strong, I'm not crying, but it was disturbing her whole energetic system. Like there was just chaos that was happening from within. And if there is someone again, like for instance, I want to talk about this little girl. Um, that's one girl who I know she was like when she was born, there was just too much anger that she just came with, you know. So seeing her trying to control whatever that just wants to express itself, because even at that age, you know, that's actually it's like the age where they start creating whatever that if someone tells her that if you don't cry, you're a strong girl, and she keeps up to it and she gets rewarded for it, she's creating this aspect that is not allowed to express itself, you know. And some of us we're adults now, but still that aspect that was not allowed to express itself, it will show up in many ways in our life where it's kind of like it sabotages a relationship. Yeah, if you do not take care of your inner child, it will show up and it will mess up your relationship. It will mess up your path, whether it's a path of spirituality or your business or whatever. Because if it feels like you are spending most time doing that and you don't have time for it, then what's the point? It will throw a tantrum, it will do all sorts of things, you know. So are you confident in who you are? Are you showing up and bringing up that aspect that is ready for transformation in the forefront? Because probably you are pushing this inner self, that is this inner child that wants to be loved, that wants to be accepted, in the forefront, and you are asking it to deal with the changes that are coming through, and the child is like, I don't know what to do here, I'm scared, and you are bringing it to the forefront, you know, and it's not ready for the transformation that the universe is asking you to embrace, to go through, to process, and all that, you know. And if you are depending on information, you know, which is like you're just gonna go find out on YouTube, um, you know, whatever, Google and all that, but you are not it. You are not able to be present. You are not able to hold space for yourself and for your children as well. Because one of the things that is very strong, like when we look at where we create these patterns of it's not safe to cry, you are not a strong girl if you cry, you know, this be strong, quitters, winners never quit, some crazy things like that, you know, or even an idea that, oh, for me to be spiritual, I don't have to feel hurt and all that, but we do, because we're human, you know. As much as our soul is expanding into more of itself, it's calling us forth to grow and all that, but there is that human who might feel not yet in alignment, because obviously when we're going through the process, there is that moment when things are happening and we don't feel expansive. We like our human does not understand crap of what is going on, and it's not to make it wrong. It takes some time for this body or the human to align with the soul, because for the soul every opportunity is celebrated because it wants to know what it can express itself as, you know. But for the human first, there is that kind of like, I don't get it, that fear, that worry, and all that, you know. So the question is, are you present to hold space for it, or you are pushing all of that away and you carry this pain with you? Like as as I'm speaking about this, I guess there is someone who is watching, and what I'm feeling is the heaviness around the heart, you know. And these are aspects of yours that just wants to be held. These are aspects of yours that wants to be felt, you know. So when they express itself like that, you push it away to say, I don't want to feel you, you are uncomfortable and all that. Because one thing that I find quite interesting is that, especially with women, you know, just take a deep breath. What I find interesting is that, for instance, you get triggered and there's some anger that is just coming through and all that. It's most people are not comfortable with just mentioning that I just felt anger. It's kind of like, and I always ask this, what the hell is even being spiritual? And it's an attachment to a label. But when you get to embrace who you are, you get to be present with what is, without thinking that that's not spiritual, that's not evolved enough and whatever. It's kind of like, if it's here, then it's meant to be felt. If it's here, then it's calling forth my attention. It wants to be seen, it wants to be to be felt. It wants to express itself. And most of the time we do not want to entertain this aspect of us because we deem them as uncomfortable, as darkness, as not evolved enough and all that. But trust me, for you to show up in your wholeness, for you to show up in your light, you get to embrace and integrate this shadow aspect. You integrate them into your power, because I believe that this aspect, they are safeguarding your magic, your purpose. There is something within you that is so treasure, that this shadow aspects are calling you forth to say, just give me, just give me some time, just feel me, let me show you what we are, what we truly are, so that we can show up fully, unbridled and uncontrolled and unfiltered, just showing up in your power and sharing your magic, knowing that you deserve to be heard and seen, showing up and expressing your abilities and even using them to create the finances that most of you are even complaining about. Like, you are worried about the finances, yet you've got so many gifts that you can use to share and make a living out of. I was just in a call with I'm just getting emotional, because I was just in a call with someone who was just calling me, and she was just saying, you have changed my life. She's like, you have changed my life. I just received a call today, and I've been offered a business, and like it has been like that since she started working with me, and that's her light. That's her, this magic that is within her coming forth and saying that it's time that we use what we are and what we have to feed ourselves. This is not the time for us to be in lack and all that. It's like, I've been doing a lot of things, but I've never experienced this amount of flow coming into my life. I've never experienced so much flow showing up. And she's like, oh my God, it's just a problem. It's just like a problem. She's like, no, it's not a problem. I mean, I'm grateful for it, but she's saying it's a problem in the sense that, like a lot is like, now she gets to be active and do a lot and deliver what is being asked of her. So she's saying it's a problem in that sense, and it's a good problem to have. And this is one thing that I'm always saying, to say, if you have the same problem over and over again, then you should be worried. But if you have a different problem, celebrate that, because that's growth, that's growth that is expressing itself as that. What a good problem to have, to say, I've got so many offers, I'm so booked, because you do something that you love and you are so fully booked, and people are coming in, business is coming in, is going, there is just flow that is happening. How expansive is that, to have that kind of problem? And as much as some of you are stuck in the blogs to say that there is nothing that is happening, things are just stunted, people don't want me, it's you who is resisting you. But when we embrace who you are, when you embrace your magic, which is so many things, your gifts, it doesn't matter what is it that you love to do. That's just my question. What is it that you love to do? What is it that you want? When you tap into that energy, because now this is when we're talking about creating from pleasure. When you tap into that energy, where are you feeling that being turned on? Because one thing that I keep on emphasizing is that our purpose is connected to our genitals. Yeah, that sexual energy, that sensual energy. When you connect into that, you feel your body moving in. You will feel this energy that wants to express itself. And at times it might show up as discomfort. Even when I'm talking about it, you might tap into your body and kind of like you feel a pain somewhere, discomfort somewhere, some sensation that is, and that's just okay, because that's what is showing up to say, I am here blocking the pleasure, you know. And when you get to ask for help, where someone gets to create space for you and remove those blocks and open up to that flow so that you can ah yeah, breathe in and marinate in that energy of pleasure and use it to create more and call more forth, then magic happens. We are pleasure. It doesn't matter what you're going through, because no matter what you're going through, pleasure is still present. And the beautiful thing is you can pay attention to that pleasure and still pay attention to that is, which is kind of like an invite. I always talk about this when I talk about joy, to say no matter what is present in your body, no matter what is present in your awareness, whether it's pain, whether it's hurt or heartbreak or whatever, it's present. But when you have confidence in who you are, it's kind of like, I'm going to hold space for you, baby. And just breathe in and allow your heart to open as you are feeling that discordant energy that is showing up, as you are feeling this pain that is expressing itself in your heart. But at the same time, you allow that being turned on that is showing up in your pelvic area to just rise up. It's kind of like this energy from the heart is just spiraling and going down to meet that pleasure, and the pleasure is going up to meet that. And when when this energy, the pleasure, the pain, whatever you call it, when they meet, and you, since you've got confidence and trust in who you are, you have the power to direct your attention intentionally toward that which you want to create. You are in pain because some relationships are messed up, someone hurt you and all that. What are you willing to do about it? I mean, it's the beginning of the year and it's the last 2 months of 2022. And if you want things to be different next year, this time around, you got to do something. If you want to express yourself differently, if you want to create differently, if you feel that the life that you are living right now is just too small for this magnificent being that you are, and you want to express and experience yourself differently, this is the time to make that decision. This is the time to take that action. One thing that I mean, that was my journey as well, where it's kind of like, especially even when it comes to this ancestral work, guys and all that, it's kind of like, I'll just pray, I'll meditate, and I'll ask my higher self for permission. My ancestors, are they okay with that? And there is also the difference when you say, I've given you guys time, but now I am embracing, embodying my God self. I am fully embracing my energy, and I decide this is what is going to happen. And with that said, those who are open and willing to co-create with me, you are welcome in my space. And those of you who are not, bye-bye. It's my life. I'm going to stand up to myself and I'm going to take full responsibility and create my life as I wish it to be. That's you fully standing in your power. That's you fully having confidence in the God that you are and calling forth those who are open and willing and ready to create with you life as you will it, because this is your life. This is your body. You are the one who's walking this earth. You are the one who's walking this body. You are the one who gets to decide what to call in your space. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to create? How do you want to experience yourself? How do you want to express yourself? How do you want to use your sexual energy to create? Because that's the life force energy that, baby, when you bring it forth, when you talk about manifestation and you get to fill into that and use it to create, magic happens at the speed of lightning. At the speed of lightning, baby. And you start having a problem, that you never had before. And that on its own is just magical. It's just turning you on. It's orgasmic. Yeah, it's the energy that when you call forth, you can feel every molecule, particle, cells in your body just lighting up and just demanding that you breathe again. You know, that's just pleasure. That's orgasmic. That's just you allowing that life force energy. Magical. Magical. Do you have confidence in who and what you are? Because if you don't have, I invite you to book in a call and let's have a conversation and have an amazing, awesome, expansive, sexy healing ever. Because healing is it's magnificent. It's sexy. It's pleasant. It's not. I mean, we invite the tears, we invite the laughter, we invite the orgasmic energy, we invite all of that. And they all can have a sit and we can have a conversation while we are bringing in that which we want to create. Who do you want to become? Who are you blooming into? 𝐜𝐨𝐧𝐼𝐻 is my name. I am an authentic self-embodiment queen, and I empower women to rebuild after a painful breakup or divorce so they can awaken their confidence and pleasure, regain flow, and find true love. Yes, you are worthy of it. If you are ready and open, please book a call and let's have an amazing, awesome conversation. Much love.